Hey strong people, Beck here from StartingStrongman.com. If you like what I do, click all the links in my description and hit subscribe. Or go to StartingStrongman.com for more information where it's less me rambling into this camera for hopefully 10 minutes. So, I mentioned in a video earlier this week that the date and location for Giants Live North America, the qualifying tour for World's Strongest Man, was announced, and that's going to be in Martinsville, Indiana on August 10th. The poster has a picture of Mr. Rob Kearney, who won it 2 years ago, and Mark Felix. I'd imagine they bring Mark over. Don't know everyone competing yet. A couple names. The top three from the official Strongman games are, which I forgot to look up. So I think that was Bobby Thompson. I think Andrew Clayton was in there. And someone else. Sorry. I know Evan Singleton's competing. Rob Kearney is competing. I assume someone like Mark Felix. They always like to bring like at least one British guy over. And we'll probably see a lot of the other American athletes. Doubtful we see someone like Brian Shaw or Martins, because if you make the finals at Worlds, you automatically get an invite for next year, so they don't need to do a qualifying tour. But you never know. Just my assumption. They still have to qualify for the Arnold. So that's going on. You can find more information on Core Fitness Club on Facebook. Pretty sure it's free to show up. Don't quote me on that. And if there is a live stream, I would bet my money, all $9.99 of it, that it's at officialstrongman.com. So I've learned the events for the contest, and let's go through them. So first event is a max axle fixed. So when you take a fixed axle, I think I described this because, I described this in another video that I'm not going to release. Funny how that works. So all of the weight, so like a barbell rotates because there's bearings in it and everything, and you can do Olympic cleans with it that way. An axle is just a tube. There's no bearings, at least there shouldn't be. So it can rotate inside of the plates. And then there's sometimes an axle. Yeah, I did explain this for the video I just put out on the official Strongman games. So, and then if there's just one plate on it that's fixed. This is fixed, so I assume they're all going to be fixed. So that's definitely a factor. So if someone's going for a world record, they're going to have 460 whatever pounds it is. What was it? 216 he did, so 471-ish that Eddie Hall did to break the world record. They're going to have to spin that whole thing. Sometimes when they say fixed axle, it only means the first plate or two, so it might be like 140 to 200 pounds or so that is actually fixed, but still makes it a lot harder than if it's just bumper plates and it just spins with it. The upside to that is then usually it's used with wagon wheels, so it's a little elevated off the ground, so it can make the initial pop a little easier. And with a max axle, that's going to be very interesting with Mr. Rob Kearney himself. I think he's definitely the American record in that is pretty high. I looked it up the other day, and I think I will do just to make sure. Again, it's held by Scott Weech, I think. And let me just pull this up just to make sure I have the exact numbers. But I think it's 460-ish. Yeah, so and we're also going to have Andrew Clayton competing, who holds the 231 record at 415 pounds, 188 kilos. He might have broke that. I don't know if Andrew might have. I don't know if he broke Scott Weech's record. So Weech has it at 460 pound, 208.5 kilo axle clean and press, which is pretty ridiculous. And the world record is 216/476 pounds by Eddie Hall that was set in 2018 at Europe's, I believe. So with big pressers like Clayton and Kearney, I think both of those are definitely possible to be broken. There's going to be at least three to four, if not more, 400 plus pound axle clean presses, which is a lot rarer than log. We don't see it as much with the axle clean and press for max at big high level contests. And it's not so much the press. I think if Kearney gets anything close to 470 pounds, he's going to get it to his shoulder, and he's going to use his great technique and power and split jerk it and make the whole internet mad. And I will love doing a recap on that if he happens to break Eddie's record, which was extreme brute strength, where he strict pressed it. But you don't get style points. That's the beauty about strongman. However you get it up, however it goes from point A to point B is fine, as long as it's not sumo and you don't rest it on your head. We have very little rules. So, yeah, the hard part is the clean, though. I think a lot of people are able, if they just press something from the rack, they're able to do it. But the clean is the hard part. And now I just spent 5 minutes talking about the first event, and I'll probably spend about 2 on the next one. So then we have the arch yoke, down and back. That thing, was used a while ago. It's a nice arch. If you saw it last year, it was the same thing at Giants Live North America. Usually weighs somewhere between 900 and 1,000 pounds, and it's a cool looking implement. So that's another very good event for Rob Kearney. I'll do my full breakdown once it's closer and we know like the finalized list. I always do those the week of. Car deadlift, I don't know if it's front handle or side handle. Farmers down and back, and Atlas stones. So good mix of events. Top 3 at these contests end up qualifying for World's Strongest Man 2020, and it's a big opportunity for a lot of the Americans. It's pretty much the only American qualifier direct shot to World's Strongest Man. Actually, it is the only American qualifier that's a direct shot to World's Strongest Man unless they go travel. So for some of the newer pros or up and coming athletes, they get to go to this contest and then make their debut at World's Strongest Man. We saw such athletes do that this year, like Trey Mitchell, who made the finals and put on that insane Atlas stone. Hopefully I don't get a copyright infringement for that beautiful display of someone driving past my street, if you heard it at all. So Trey Mitchell, that's how he got his invite last year. He also did it by doing the official Strongman Games, which I covered in a previous video. Evan Singleton almost got there. He was like 4th. Who else was from there? So, yeah, and Kevin Ferris as well. Yeah, so I'm sure he'll be back, trying to get back to Worlds. And it's a good show. Of course, Core Fitness Club, Official Strongman. I'm Kalle Beck. Go to startingstrongman.com. Go to store.startingstrongman.com for all of your training needs for Strongman, including a nice belt to rest your axle clean and press on.